What up? It's your boy Tonto too. Good morning, YouTubia. 9:04 over here in Ohio. How's everybody doing? God bless. God's blessing this morning. Good to be alive. I'm saying in good health. God blessing. Don't forget to acknowledge. Don't forget to acknowledge God. All right. So, what up, David Douglas? New subscriber. David Douglas shoots from the three. He's on fire. I appreciate you subscribing to my channel, young brother. All right. All right, David Douglas and the Hazy for AJ. Yeah, but I want to talk about the Lakers. Because my man just played 2020. What up, just playing? I see you, dog. I see you. Just playing 2020 was like Lakers will be the sleeper. And I'm going to go ahead and third that motion. Uh, I'm going to go ahead and third that because I see the Lakers doing what I see the Lakers doing, the way they're working the system. Once they get Paul George, I mean, because he done told the Pacers that he prefers the Lakers. I mean, once they get Paul George, you know what I mean. Here's how I look at it. Here's how I look at it. Once you get a marquee player, especially a player that says they want to play for you and they're already on a decent team and they're like, nah, I want to go to a worse team. I want to go to a team that isn't doing as well uh, uh, from a team that's doing half decent to a team that pretty much sucks and is unorganized. I want to go to that team. You know, when you get that and then that hits the media, that's when the buzz starts. Now, what I mean by the buzz is that's when other players start looking at it and they're going, "Why would he want to go to the Lakers instead of staying with the Pacers? Why would he want to? Why would he want to do that? This is one of the top 10, in the league. Why would that happen?" And then they're going, "Let's take a look at the Lakers. They suck. They got all kind of disarray because of one player, pretty much recording the other player talking about him sleeping with other women, when he is supposed to be engaged to Iggy Azalea. That wasn't cool, so nobody trusts you in the locker room. So there's just all kind of disorganization there, just trust among players. You can't really have that. And then you're looking like, well, if we just exclude the bad and look at what's possible, the Lakers can be playoff contenders again. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're looking at. They're like, with this guy, we can build a team around. Now, I said it once, I'll say it again. The game is to have the big three. But that was yesteryear. That is no longer the game. That is no longer effective to win the big one. That's only effective to go to the playoffs. That's no longer effective to win the big one. So when you're looking at somebody like the Lakers, you have to look at the long term. You can't say, this year we're going to go and win the big one. You can't do that. Just like the 76ers can't do that. They can't go, this year we can contend with Golden State, Cleveland, the Celtics, the Spurs. They can't do that. They can't contend with the top four and then, roll on to the top five, which is, Canada, the team in Canada, the Raptors. You can't contend with those guys. Right now, as the 76ers or, as the Lakers, you can't do it right now. So you got to look at the long term. You got to look at the 4-year. You got to look at a 4-year to 5-year, outlook, a program that you can build around and then play off and then go into the championship. You can't just say right now. So when you pick up somebody, you can't say, Magic Johnson can't say, this person's going to be good right now and they're going to take us all the way in the next 2 years. You can't do that. He's not looking at Zoe and he's going to go, Zoe, I believe you're going to take us to the championship this year or next year. You can't do that. You know what I'm saying? But he can look at Zoe. He can look at Paul George, and he can look at a couple other big time players. If they get a big three, and then finally get that big four, and then they can say within the next 4 to 5 years, it's possible. But my lineup for the next 4 years, my champions for the next 4 years is already solidified. And I could be wrong, but I don't really care. But for the last 2 years, I've been right. I chose Cleveland last year before the series even started. It's like Cleveland's going to win in Game 7. They won. I chose Cleveland to lose in the same year last year. I was like, they're going to win this. They're going to win in 2016. They're going to lose in 2017. That's exactly what happened. My choice to win this in 2018 is Cleveland. That's my choice to win is Cleveland. Golden State's going to go down. Matter of fact, here's what I think is going to happen. I think Golden State's going to be dissolved. I think Golden State is going to be dissolved some kind of way, and I think it's going to be because of injuries. That's what I think is going to happen. There's going to be some fake news out there, Donald Trump. There's going to be some fake news. I'm telling you right now, what's going to happen is there's going to be a fake injury. One of the big four is not going to participate. There they go. They're going to make it to the playoffs. They're going to lose in the playoffs. And they're going to lose to the Spurs. So they're going to lose to the Spurs in 2019. No, because Cleveland's going to win this year. I'm sorry, the next championship year, which is 2018. So Cleveland's going to win 2018. The Spurs are going to win the championship 2019. I chose the Celtics because then Cleveland's going to be dissolved after they win their next championship. Cleveland's going to be dissolved. LeBron might leave. And LeBron might leave and go to the Knicks. Hell, they might trade LeBron. Maybe the guy he's done. But let me stop that right there. I don't think they're going to trade LeBron. I think he'll leave. So he might end up going to the Knicks. Play with Melo for a few years. So yeah, I got Cleveland, 2018. I got 2019, the Spurs. I got 2020, the Celtics. And I don't know for 2021. But that's my prediction. But anyways, so after that, I'm looking at somebody just coming out of nowhere. Could be the Pacers. You know what I'm saying? But the way I'm looking at the Lakers is Lakers aren't going to do anything for 5 years. Lakers will make it to the playoffs in 2020, maybe 2021, somewhere like that. It's kind of cloudy for my vision, but I'm looking at them at least making it to the playoffs in 2020 and 21, being heard of, and that's only because they have Paul George, if they get him. So that's just my predictions. I'm just throwing that out there. I can see that team building up. I can see the Sixers being built up nice. I can see them. I'm gonna just tell y'all right now, man. I'm not a fan of Carmelo Anthony. It's not his skills that I'm not a fan of. It's his personality. I'm not I'm not. When I say it, his personality, not like I know him, like I dislike him. It's his personal challenges. That's what's going on. And and whenever you see that in sports, whenever you see somebody going through tough times like that, it always clouds their game. And I would never, as a coach, say, you know what, let's take this person on. if they're having something really detrimental in their life right now, that can get their mind off a game, not really focus, and then be a media frenzy for like the bad, not the good. Like I just right now he needs to get over what he's going through with his woman, and then get his head in the game real tough. Yeah, but I'm not a fan of Melo. I don't think Cleveland should acquire him. I don't. I really don't. I think he should stay where he's at. That's why I think he should do it. I think he should let people come to him. You know what I'm saying? Because he's in a system that knows him, and it's working for him. It's not like it's completely crumbling around him. It could work. You could get people in there to work it. You know what I'm saying? If you just wait, he might have to. He might have to almost wait to the end of his career. You know what I'm saying? It might have to be a Tracy McGrady type of thing. But Melo might have to wait to the end of his career before he actually shines and gets what he wants, gets that ring. Might have to wait to the very end. He might have to wait till his knees are cracking, and then there's finally a team that's built around him before he actually gets his ring. I mean, it sometimes it's like that. You know what I'm saying? But as far as the Lakers are concerned, I don't see them doing nothing until I see them going to playoffs in 4 years, but I don't see them hitting the championship maybe until 5 years. Uh, so yeah, with that move from Paul George, it's just gonna be there's buzz built around that. And you guys know I think the game is fixed, but whenever I say it's fixed, I mean there's people who are on the outside planning on the inside. But then they have these actors, these players do things like this. Say, yeah, I want to go over here. That's a key to me. That's a key to me. Whenever you see that in the media and a player comes out and says that, it's not like the one player where he was doing an after game, thing with the media and, came up whispered in his ear, "You're being moved to another team." He didn't even know. He didn't even know he's being moved to another team. He's like, okay. No, but this right here with Paul George, this is different. This is different. This is where I want to go. I'm letting everybody know where I want to go. As soon as I'm a free agent, or if I'm a free agent now, this is where I'm going. And you're an Apex player, that means there's going to be a whole crowd that's going to move over there with you. Fans too. There's fans of the Pacers, and then there's fans of Paul George. And that's just it. And they range in the millions. Look at his Twitter feed. You know what I'm saying? There's fans of the Pacers, but as soon as Paul leaves, it'll be like, I'm a fan of wherever Paul's going. And all that money, all that media, all of that ad revenue, all of that goes right with him. And the people who are in these positions with the ads and whatnot, and maybe it's for new cars and all that other stuff. They look at that. They look at this stuff here and they're just oh, Paul's going over here. Boom. Next thing you know, they're facilitating and they're making ads to market that area that he's in just because he's there. I used to be a Pacer, but now I'm a Lakers because I believe that being in LA gets you the blah 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 blah. I mean, and it's just gonna be and buy this new car or brush your teeth with this toothbrush. And now that I'm Laker, my smile is blah 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 blah. I'm just trying to tell you that's just how it goes. I don't know what the dude sounds like, but I'm just telling you that's just how it goes. You know what I'm saying? Gatorade when you're playing with the Lakers, it tastes so much better. You know what I'm saying? And it's money. Boom. There's companies who are positioned already in LA, and as soon as they hear this, they're just like, "Oh man, that's over." You think they're not petitioning him right now? You think they're not in his ear? You think he just wants to go to Lakers just to be a Laker? Don't kid yourself. There's money involved there. He's not doing it just for the love of the Lakers. There's money. There's underlying TV ad revenue that we don't see because it's unspoken. It's unspoken. You know what I'm saying? It's not in the media. It's contracts between the players and TV. It's not contracts between the players and basketball. It's between them and TV ad revenues and marketing companies. It's their own contracts. So when you get somebody who's like, hey, Paul, what are you making? 25 million this year? You know what I'm saying? I don't know what he makes. But let's just throw that out there. This year, what are you doing? 25 million? Ah, that's what the Lakers. That's what the Pacers are going to give you. Let's say he's making 20 million, right? 20 million right now, and then the Lakers are like, hey, we'll give you 25 next year alone. You know, that right there. I'm gonna tell you what that does. That positions us because we know that because they'll put that out there. We know that positions our mind to think, oh, he moved just because of the extra $5 million and because he likes the Lakers. That's what it does to us, the people, because it's public knowledge. They put it out there. They want you to know that these players are making this much money. They want you to do that because over here they're doing something else. It's like, yoo-hoo, this player's making all this money. And we're all poor, or we're the working poor, so we're all aghast at, oh my God, $25 million is, oh my, let's watch this guy because he's making $25 million. Woo, he put the ball in the hole and it went down, and ooh, that's my Pauly Shore, you know. And not my Pauly Shore, my David Spade. Woohoo! In my bed, none left. It's just like, okay, we're all hooting and hollering at this guy's making all this money because he runs down the court and puts a ball in the hole. And then we're not seeing the money that he's picking up just from TV ad money. Now, you may see commercials. You may see him on commercials. But still, you're not seeing the money that they're getting for just being in LA. LeBron James doesn't make all of his money off of the NBA. He makes a majority of it just by being in Cleveland. It's money that you don't even know about. And that's the facts. That's the simple facts. You know what I'm saying? It's money you don't even know about. You don't even know. Yeah. My dang coons. You don't even know. Dang. Anyways, so yeah, I just wanted to put that out there that there's going to be a whole system that saw this and read this, and it's all going to just fluctuate over to the Lakers. And this is why I think the Lakers will suddenly start winning, not so much because he's there, it's because they're putting money behind it, and they're going to start pushing that team financially. They already got money, but you'll see when they get these players, you'll see so much more money driven towards them that's outside of the NBA. You'll just see it. It'll be like, dang, all of a sudden you get more, you're seeing more advertisements for, LA. Go to LA, visit LA. You can live in LA, and all this other stuff. LA. That's just how it goes. It's your boy Tone 202. The Lakers, I think, will be champions probably again in maybe 5 or 6 years. And don't forget to acknowledge God. Acknowledge Him. Thank the Lord. Peace.